Oh, what is going on, guys? It is Ants Britannia here, and today we've got our Q&A video. I just want to say thank you to everyone who submitted their questions. I'm going to try my utmost best to answer your questions. So we're going to kick it off, guys, with the first question. And there is the same question from two people, Dr. Danin on Instagram and Control and Delete on YouTube. And you're both just wondering who my girlfriend is. And so guys, this is my girlfriend Chloe. So yeah, I'm actually gonna get her to read out the questions from you guys. Like I said, I'm gonna try my best to answer them. So here's my phone and pick the ones you think are best.
Dr. Danin,
yeah.
How old are you?
I am 21.
And Ant Scotland, what got you into ant keeping?
Great question. So it was a long time ago. I think I was 13, 12, 13, and I was taken to London Zoo, the ZSL, and they've got like an insect house in London Zoo where they have a leafcutter ant colony, and that was the first ever kind of exotic ant colony I saw, and I absolutely loved them. I fell in love with exotic ants there and then. And straight away, the moment I got home from London Zoo, I started to look up kind of like ant documentaries, and I just wanted to absorb as much like knowledge as I possibly could about ants, because I just fell in love with them.
Mantis Busha. Do you have another job except YouTube?
I have a full-time job. I work for an energy company which builds wind turbines. They supply 100% green energy, and they have like wind farms scattered around the UK and stuff. And it is in London.
Ender ants. How many ant colonies are you keeping as of now?
My Harpegnathus venator colony, which is from my latest video, which is from my last video. I have my trapjaw ants, my Odontomachus monticola colony, love them. I've got my Phaedole noda colony, my big-headed ants. I've also got a queen, Camponotus ligniperdus queen. I like to call her Ligni. She starred in my hibernation video. And I've also got a Mesobarbarus queen, which you guys haven't seen yet. You might just have to wait and see if I will do some footage and recording of her. At the moment, that is currently all the colonies I've got and all the colonies I am allowed. But yeah, it's a good bunch of colonies, and I love every single one of them.
Imperial ants, what made you decide to make this channel?
As I mentioned before, after kind of watching all these ants like documentaries, kind of went straight to YouTube and wanted to know like if there was anything I could learn from YouTubers or that tried to keep ants. And there were a few YouTubers. They were giving like tutorials and stuff like that on how to keep like various types of ants, like how to keep them, what to keep them in, all that kind of stuff. And I don't know, watching these videos from these YouTube channels kind of like inspired me as a kid to, I don't know, start a YouTube channel. And so in 2012 I created my first ever video about which I have on my channel. It's the only old video which I haven't really taken down. It was a tutorial on how to feed your ants, and it's quite bad, but if you want to look at it, I can leave a link down below in the description if you want to check that out. My voice might be extremely high-pitched, but you can check that out if you want to.
Henry, how did you discover ant keeping?
I discovered ant keeping through YouTube. Obviously, like when you delve into the knowledge of ant keeping, you kind of see ants and you don't really think much about them. And when I talk to normal people, people who don't keep ants, they just kind of see ants as pests, really. And kind of when I went on YouTube to learn more about ants, and I found out that you could keep them. after finding out I could keep them, I literally straight away wanted to get my hands on a little colony. I wanted to start raising in a colony. And my first ever colony of ants was actually a Lasius niger colony, which I got online because I was so impatient. So I bought a little colony online with 10 workers. And I raised them to about, I think about 100 workers, Lasius niger. And in the end, they escaped. They escaped. I obviously, back then, my first ever colony, I had no clue what I was doing, and they escaped, and they're probably living in my garden, watching over me. Who knows, I might have caught a queen from that colony. Who knows?
Rexford David, how many experiences and knowledges do ant keepers have to keep ants and take care of them?
How much knowledge and experience they need to keep them. So I think with ants, it's more about starting with the basic species first. As I was just saying, ant keeping is mostly learning from your mistakes, but hopefully with the help from kind of anting like YouTube channels like myself and some of the other guys, you can learn how to keep ants off the bat, and you can try and keep the basic ant species first. To be specific, I recommend keeping, for me for example, a native ant would be Lasius niger. I recommend keeping them for about 6 months, 12 months before attempting to try and keep an exotic ant species like Harpegnathus venator, because they kind of require different, they have different requirements, like in terms of humidity, feeding and etc. If you're starting ant keeping and you ever need like help or advice, I will always give you some help if I can, if you need it. I always answer my Facebook messages and my Instagram messages straight away, all my emails. If you ever want to ask me anything, feel free to do so. Hope I can help you in the best possible way.
Froggy boy, what is the hardest ant species you have ever kept?
What is the hardest ant species? The hardest ant species I've ever kept? Do you know what? I've kept a number of colonies throughout the years of many different types of ants. I think ants in general are quite easy to keep if you kind of know what you're doing. In terms of difficulty, it comes down to being patient with ants, I think. Difficult time for me when keeping an ant was when I bought a Mesobarbarus queen, which is like a harvester ant queen. I had this queen for about 3 months and she wouldn't lay eggs, and it was just difficult watching her and not getting any results. And some of you guys may know the frustrating feeling of your colony getting onto the next step of the nantics, the first workers. And that's kind of the frustration and difficulty I faced. But in the end, it is all worth it. But that Mesobarbarus queen, just quite difficult to keep, because I wasn't sure whether I was keeping her in the right kind of temperature, like darkness, or I just felt like I wasn't doing it right. So it was just quite difficult for me to raise her. But all my other colonies have been relatively easy so far. That was a difficult time for me when I was kind of first getting into ant keeping, and I wanted my colony to be this massive colony which would create highways and create seeds and everything. It was just difficult waiting that 3 or 4 months for her to lay her eggs, which she did in the end. And I have a few recordings of my Mesobarbarus colony on my YouTube if you want to check them out. So then, that is all the questions, guys, that we hopefully in the future, if we decide to do another Q&A, we will get a few more questions on video next time. But I just want to thank you all for submitting your questions, all the positive comments, likes, and all the everything. I've been extremely grateful for, and I am massively grateful for the welcoming you guys have given me since I come back to ant keeping over a month ago. You guys are all so friendly. So guys, be sure to hit that subscribe button to join the colony, and click the blue ant to check out my channel and to check out more of my videos. Are you taking the mickey?
No, come.
Just to let you guys know as well, next week me and Chloe are going to be going to Germany, but don't panic because I will make the video in advance so you guys can still watch it. So from myself and Chloe, this is goodbye, guys. We hope you have a great weekend, and we will see you next week. Hardest ant species? Okay. What else can I say?
Nothing else to say.
Huh.
What do you say at the end of your videos? Subscribe to join the colony.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna run
Nah.
out. Hi guys, it's on Britannia.
What was that?
It's Dad's Britannia.